right now on 5 on your side at 10.
Tonight, holiday hustle. Days before Christmas kicks off, families are taking off. How St. Louis Lambert is handling the busy travel season.
We started off in the mid-30s today. That's not far from our average high this time of the year. How long we can hold on to this warm weather and why that number is important throughout the rest of the year.
Our top story, a win in the fight for abortion.
The legality of abortion has never stopped.
Advocates react after a judge strikes down Missouri's ban. And tonight, Planned Parenthood is speaking out after a Missouri judge ruled the state's near-total abortion ban is unenforceable. But that doesn't mean providers can resume abortion care. Good evening. I'm Brent Solomon. Mike and Kelly are off. New at 10, 5 on your side's Laura Bachewski joins us now in the newsroom to explain what's next for providers here. Laura.
Brent, while Planned Parenthood tells me this is progress, the judge still upheld one pretty large barrier to being able to provide abortion care again, which could mean there won't be access until this case is over. Even though Amendment 3 passed to end the ban on abortion in Missouri, it didn't happen with the flip of a switch, leading to a lawsuit for a preliminary injunction in Jackson County.
So the practical reality is that we still can't open our doors, that abortion is still not accessible to the people of Missouri today.
The judge ruled Missouri can no longer enforce a total abortion ban, abortion bans during certain stages of pregnancy, abortion bans for particular reasons or genetic defects, and bans on receiving abortion care through telemedicine. But the state still can require in-person visits with a doctor to receive an abortion. Planned Parenthood Chief Medical Officer Dr. Colleen McNicholas says with such a big contradiction, it doesn't seem there's any way to provide access online.
We're going to be really looking to make sure that we make the case that telemedicine is safe. We have tons of data now to support that. But in order to practically execute on that, we would also have to eliminate that in-person requirement.
State Senator Cindy O'Laughlin said in a statement on X Saturday she is committed to fighting for the unborn. Quote, yesterday's ruling makes it clear that Amendment 3 was a Trojan horse to dismantle common sense protections. One of the biggest barriers still in place is special licensing for abortion facilities that are not hospitals, which Dr. McNicholas says made it difficult to open facilities and now to also reopen them.
There's a ton of rules and regulations in there that don't apply to actual safety and health of medicine, how big your hallways are, what kind of HVAC system you have.
Anti-abortion groups like Coalition Life say they're glad the licensing law is still in place, saying, quote, Coalition Life will closely monitor the licensing process of any facility in Missouri that seeks to offer abortions, and we remain steadfast in our mission to provide resources, education, and support women facing unexpected pregnancies. Planned Parenthood says while they were disappointed they weren't able to open their doors for abortion access right away, their goal is still to restore access to abortion in the best possible way, and they'll continue forward with this lawsuit. Brent.
Keep us posted, Laura. Thank you. Tonight, one person is dead following a double shooting in South City. It happened around 7:40 on Minnesota Avenue near Gravois Park. The other victim is expected to be okay. Homicide detectives are now investigating. Let's go ahead and get a live look over downtown St. Louis tonight. If you are hoping for snow this Christmas, you might have to hold out a bit longer. Meteorologist Gary Frank joining us now with your holiday weather impact forecast.
Yeah, until next Christmas or the Christmas after that or travel north. That's where we're going with that. But, for now, we're going to continue to stay warm. We're way above average at 10 o'clock, 2 days before Christmas. Happy Festivus as we look ahead. Right now, we've got some wind that still remains out of the south. You've got this colder air mass where you can see that northerly breeze, and that's where we're kind of sitting here. And I want to show you in between where we are 50 in St. Louis, but as we kind of zoom in, you'll notice that it's a little cooler to the north, and I'll show you some of that. 45 in Alton, but mainly it's the south breeze and the southwest breeze that for most of us is keeping us on the warm side. You'll see it out of the north in St. Charles, Pittsfield, and Alton. I think it really stays there here as we head into the next several hours. So just a little breeze is making it feel a little cooler, but not too bad. Still, temps are close to 50 degrees. Like I mentioned, it is warm, and you'll see that here over the next several hours. There isn't much of a change. We're only dropping down into the mid to upper 30s, right around 40 degrees, but the story for us is the lows over the last week or so. You'll notice that they were pretty typical December lows where there's some cold mornings, especially Saturday and Sunday. But look what stands out. 38. Our average low is 27, and that's a big key for us the next few days. Why it's so important, and we'll also talk about how warm it gets and when the rain arrives over the next 12 hours.
All right, we'll see you then. Within just the last hour, the U.S. Attorney for Missouri's Eastern District is reacting after President Biden commuted multiple prison sentences. 2 of them were for prisoners who committed crimes in St. Louis. Billy Allen and Norris Holder killed a security guard while trying to rob the Lindell Bank in 1997. Instead of the death penalty, they will both now serve life without parole. In a statement, U.S. Attorney Saylor Fleming said, quote, "I vigorously objected to the commutation request because of the brutal, proven facts surrounding this case. The focus today, 2 days before Christmas, should be on Mr. Heflin's family and friends and the 27 years of suffering that they have had to endure since he was assassinated." Only Allen has maintained his innocence. Right now, a 19-year-old is facing multiple charges after hitting 6 people with a car at Ted Drew's. Rasul El-Janabi faces 5 counts of leaving the scene of an accident, resulting in physical injury. He told police he swerved while driving on Chippewa, and that's when he crashed through a barricade, hitting 5 people. Police say he then tried reversing out of that parking lot, but then hit an off-duty police officer who was trying to stop him. All 6 people are expected to be okay.
I think what happened last night is something that we would never have seen. We have not seen it ever, where someone has come off of the road and hit our customer.
Now, that area near Ted Drew's has seen multiple accidents over the years. The city says traffic improvements there will start next month. Tonight, the latest into the head of the City Justice Center's sudden departure. Jennifer Clemens Abdullah started back in 2021. She recently returned from a 3-month leave. We've reported on multiple issues at the jail, including deaths and riots. The mayor's office would not confirm if the commissioner was fired, but a search for a new leader is underway. The Jail Oversight Board wants to make sure there's progress.
For me, it is more about where do we go from here? Do we go backwards or do we go forward? And I'm not convinced yet. I haven't seen anything yet outside of the commissioner's commitment to give us access. I've seen absolutely nothing.
Tammy Ross is now acting as commissioner. A recently hired consultant at the jail says he was not involved with the commissioner leaving. New tonight, a giant sinkhole near Hillsboro, Illinois is expanding. It happened back in April near Illinois Route 185 when a hole made for drilling collapsed. Montgomery County officials tell us they've started the last planned collapse of that sinkhole. Route 185 will remain open during that process. Officials are advising you to drive slowly along that route. Developing tonight, another St. Louis Starbucks is joining a national strike against the company. Workers at the Richmond Heights store on Hanley Road walked off the job this afternoon. And just yesterday, baristas at the Grand Boulevard store picketed outside. Workers are demanding better conditions and wages. One employee tells us that they're in need of dire change.
I have friends who are choosing between their medication and their rent, and a lot of us can't afford both rent and groceries, much less if any of us are trying to go to school or have health problems or have other people depending on us.
Employees at the Lindbergh location are planning a walkout tomorrow. We now have a live look coming in from St. Louis Lambert International, where right now the holiday hustle and bustle is in full swing. Thousands of travelers will move through the airport over the long holiday week. New tonight, Robert Townsend caught up with many of those families.
It's countdown to Christmas and lots of holiday travelers are definitely on the move here at Lambert.
I love any time I can get with my family. Anytime I get together with my family is always a ball.
Shamika Suggs drove from Cape Girardeau to St. Louis with her children. The family is flying to Dallas to spend the holiday with their loved ones.
We definitely looking forward to going, have some good food, some good family time, game night, movie night. You know, we definitely looking forward to this vacation.
'Tis the season for scores of holiday travelers to trek to the busy airport with their little ones and four-legged ones in tow.
Oh, very excited.
An excited Alice Hine welcomed her granddaughter and son back home to St. Louis for the holidays with lots of hugs and kisses. It's been months since she last saw them. Of course, they're celebrating Christmas at Grandma's.
Lots of good food and time together. Yep. I have a special surprise for the day after Christmas, so I know.
Stay tuned.
They don't know. Stay tuned. I can't tell.
According to the Transportation Security Administration, more than 18,000 people were expected to fly through Lambert on Monday. That number is expected to taper off during the holidays, but then climb to more than 21,000 as people return home. And if you're among the many flying out of Lambert the day after Christmas, TSA officials say definitely give yourself enough time and pack a lot of patience. Robert Townsend, 5 on your side.
And according to AAA, more than 300 million Americans are expected to travel over the Christmas holiday. That number will surpass pre-pandemic levels. If you're in need of a last-minute gift or maybe a missing ingredient for Christmas dinner, there will still be time to hit the stores tomorrow. Target will close at 8 p.m. Other stores are closing a bit earlier. Aldi plans to close at 4 p.m. tomorrow. Walmart and Sam's Club will stay open until 6. Costco, Schnucks, and Trader Joe's all staying open till about 5 or 5:30. Neighborhood in need. A St. Louis woman now stepping up.
They were in need of dire help.
She is truly a beacon of light.
In tonight's Making a Difference, a mission to make the season of giving year-round.
We started off today dry but warm as we've seen clouds increase. Now we're going to tap into this steady stream of moisture from the southwest. What that means in terms of rainfall and how long this pattern stays with us throughout the rest of the week.
Well, over the next few nights, we're looking back at some of the people who are making a difference. Mike Bush explains how one woman's mission to help others is growing.
Making a Difference is sponsored by Midwest Bank Center.
Now to our segment that puts positive news on the news. A local woman's dedication is changing the narrative for her neighbors in need. As you'll learn in tonight's Making a Difference report, her acts of kindness have become contagious.
Buchanan Foundation, may I help you?
From this small house in the Baden neighborhood, hardship meets hope.
They look like your size, and that's waterproof.
This is headquarters for the Buchanan Foundation, where Rosemary Ray kindles a flame of compassion.
She is truly a beacon of light for a community of people who have a lot of obstacles.
You just stay right here, you're safe.
Ray is a 62-year-old nurse who spent 25 years at home health care.
Look at that, you like that?
Until she was drawn back to familiar turf.
I moved back to the Baden area after being gone for maybe about 15 years. And discovered that they were in need of dire help.
Some nonprofits tackle housing. Others try to alleviate hunger.
They want you to just come, okay? Just come as you are.
But Rosemary's focus is on all that and more.
I'm excited.
Just ask one of the people she supports.
Wow. Hats, coats, gloves, food in the mornings when I'm hungry.
Some of them are homeless, and they live in...
Take your time.
Oh, boy. In garages. The back of my old house across the street where they build a bonfire, you know.
And now Rosemary has a new ally.
Oh, here comes Brittany.
Just before Christmas, St. Louis and Brittany Sullivan was browsing KSDK.com when she read about the Buchanan Foundation's toy drive.
When I read that there was children in our community who would not be experiencing the magic that so many other kids feel every year, I felt it deep in my soul and I wanted to help.
Rose, how cute is this?
So this mother of two who lives 20 minutes and a world away,
I love those little bubbles,
became a force that would amplify the magic of giving. She put out a call for help on social media, and the response was overwhelming.
While I was out of town, people started dropping off toys at my sister's house. People who we didn't know were sending in money, and it was wonderful. And in the end, we raised, I think, close to $15,000 in cash and brand new toys.
A few days later, Brittany met Rosemary for the first time when she arrived with a van full of donations.
Hi, Rose.
Hi. I had an angel that just dropped down from heaven, and she said, "We're here to help." And she did exactly that. She's a sweetheart.
And because Rosemary's passion is so contagious, Brittany isn't just a one-time supporter. She's become a steadfast partner in Rosemary's ongoing journey.
When you see someone who pours their heart and gives everything that they have and a little bit more to the community and to those in need, it makes you want to do everything in your power to lift that person and to support that person.
Always.
It's just a start, but Rosemary Ray and the Buchanan Foundation hope to rewrite the script for the people who come to her door.
I mean, probably without her really helping me, ain't no telling where I'd be right now today, you know.
So that should be nice and warm. Thank you. Okay.
Magic, it turns out, isn't just in a season.
I love them. I love them.
It's in the hearts of those who make compassion a way of life.
She is a special, special person, and anyone who doesn't get to meet her is without a doubt missing out.
Rosemary is now collecting winter clothing, coats, hats, gloves, etc. If you'd like to help them with that and anything else, we can link you to their website when you go to our website on KSDK.com. And a reminder, if you know someone making a difference for others, let me know by email at mbush@ksdk.com.
And if that doesn't lighten your mood a little, I don't know what would.
Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, especially gets you in the holiday spirit, because that's the best way to get in the holiday spirit when it doesn't feel necessarily like 2 days before Christmas here, with temperatures staying above freezing this morning. We're 5-6 degrees away from our average high the way we started off this morning. And so that's kind of where we were this morning. But, you know, we talk about when the last time we saw freezing was, because it was Sunday at about 8:40. We've been a day and a half or so. And the reason I have this absolutely ridiculous countdown is because it's going to be absolutely ridiculously long. We may not see freezing the rest of the year in St. Louis. It's the way that it's set up. Now, our average high so far, for our warmest years on record, we're number 2 right now. And that's why I think we're going to be climbing up on number 1 by the end of the year. So we'll see how that goes, and that is a result of this very warm air that's in place. We're nearly 50 degrees right now, and you'll see where Pittsfield, Litchfield, it's a little colder. That's where we have that front that's going to stall out to some degree. Looks like it's raining everywhere. This is actual rain. I'll zoom in where it's actually reaching the surface. They have a little bit more moisture. There's drier air above the surface that's evaporating. It's still showing up on radar, so just in case you see that. But like I mentioned, it's a dividing line where we have the clearing, cloud cover, and a northerly breeze versus clouds, a southerly breeze, and more moisture. Otherwise, mostly cloudy, though. Temps in the upper 30s, right around 40 degrees. The further south you are, the warmer it is. This system is driving down some of that, and you'll see where it is starting to usher in that cooler air that's trying to work its way into far northern Missouri. But it kind of stops here because this next system is working its way toward us, and you'll see that spin. It's starting to take more shape than when we saw you at 4, 5, and 6. It's bringing more rain, and that's going to fill in. It will take some time. It will not be here until probably midday tomorrow or early afternoon. Therefore, our rain chances don't go up until later in the evening, so expect a mostly dry day. And here's the progression of this. 6, 7, 8 o'clock, the rain is with us. As we get closer to the overnight hours, Wednesday, we got temps in the upper 30s, low 40s. No worries about freezing, but we're going to see a steady diet of rain probably by the time you wake up on Christmas morning. Throughout the rest of the day, though, it generally works its way into the Metro East and subsides. So midday, some rain. By 6 o'clock, that rain settles back in for your travel plans, and then by midnight, it's around as well. But by 6 o'clock, I think it's going to taper off by lunchtime on Christmas Day. But showers heavier after 3 o'clock on Tuesday, and those showers continue off and on for Wednesday. Otherwise, the next 7 days get you to even warmer heights. We've got temps at 49 degrees. We're at 54. We're headed for the 60-degree range. So, like I said, not only are we not at freezing, but by Thursday morning, That's above our average high, and we're there in the morning. So we got a steady diet of this for a while.
You might want to put that umbrella by the door so you remember to take it with you.
Yeah, I think you're going to need it, especially the more you're out and about with friends and family Christmas Eve night.
All right, we'll keep it in mind. We've got Corey standing by now with sports.
Well, the Blues forward had a career night in Detroit, and we are celebrating the sports department's favorite unofficial holiday. Stick around, sports is on deck.
This 5 on Your Side Sports Report is sponsored by Telly Tire and Auto Centers, driving your way since 1942.
NHL realignment has made their meetings scarcer than they used to be, but Blues versus Red Wings still has that feeling of a rivalry. And they added another chapter tonight in Detroit. Still weird to see Patrick Kane as a Red Wing. It's even weirder knowing he's teammates with Vladimir Tarasenko in Detroit. Blues struck first tonight. Stay hot, Dylan Holloway. That blast makes it 1-0 in the first period. And then 18 seconds into the second period, Alexander Texier makes the most of his inclusion in the lineup, off the post and in, 2-0 Blues. Not long after, Braden Shen to Holloway in front. He buries another one, 3-0 Blues. Jordan Binnington was on his game tonight. He stopped all 19 shots he faced, including that one. Empty net in the third. Look who's there to knock one more home for the Blues. Holloway gets his third for his first career hat trick. He has 13 goals now on the season. Bender gets the shutout, and the Blues win 4-0.
Feels pretty good. It's definitely a dream as a kid to score 3 goals in an NHL game. So, it feels pretty good. But obviously, couldn't have done it without getting set up a couple of times for my teammates.
Offensively, we thought it was going to come, and it did come tonight. And I thought we could have had more goals than actually we had, and that's a good sign because we can only get better then.
Coach Eli Drinkwitz has been cooking for Mizzou in the transfer portal. Former Penn State quarterback Bo Prabula was the last addition last night. The dual threat quarterback has 2 years of eligibility left and was one of the best QBs left on the board. Running back Ahmad Hardy was one of the top running backs in the portal and breaks tackles like crazy. He's a Tiger too. And St. Mary's alum Kevin Coleman is on his way to Columbia as a slot receiver. It will be an exciting new look offense for the Tigers in 2025. High school hoops, Don Maurer tournament action at MICDS. St. Charles and Clayton up first. Tanner Dutton, long triple for St. Charles right there. Later on, Luke Nissenholtz drives for Clayton. He gets the contact, still finishes for the and one. Second half now, Eli Faust, spin move. That's a score for the Greyhounds. Then he's going to go on and hit a 3 from the corner as well. Clayton wins their first round matchup 74-60. Lots of orange in this next game. Rittner facing Edwardsville. Herbert Martin gets things going. The steal for Edwardsville on one end, and then the coast-to-coast finish for 2 on the other end. Huskies would get on the board with this nice turnaround jumper from Stephen Lipsy, but the Tigers were absolutely rolling. Martin again to the basket, through contact and the finish. Martin had 34 points as Edwardsville wins 64-32. Well, it's December 23rd, Christmas Eve for some, but for those of us in the 5 on Your Side sports office, it's Festivus, the made-up holiday popularized by Jerry Stiller's iconic Frank Costanza on Seinfeld. So in the spirit of the holiday, I've cooked up a little St. Louis sports Festivus celebration. Gather around the aluminum pole, won't you?
The tradition of Festivus begins with the airing of grievances. I got a lot of problems with you people. Now, you're going to hear about it.
Like any good Festivus, grievances first. And we have to start with that team over at Busch Stadium. Another playoff-less year for the Cardinals. With the current trajectory of cost-cutting and reinvestment in player development, it may be a while longer until we see October baseball again. Serenity now. This moment is also high on the grievance list. The LA Rams celebrating our greatest show on turf team this year. I don't blame the players, they have nowhere left to be remembered. But to think that dozens of Rams fans in that crowd embraced our history, that's a shame.
And now, as Festivus rolls on, we come to the feats of strength.
Not the feats of strength.
There were many feats of strength in St. Louis sports in 2024. How about Brady Cook going from the hospital to the end zone for Mizzou football?
It's a Festivus miracle.
Mason Wynn's breakout in 2024 was real and spectacular. He hit 15 home runs and played dazzling defense as a bright spot in a disappointing Cardinals season. And how about this for a feat of strength? New Blue Dylan Holloway got hit in the nerve with a puck, got stretchered off, and then was back in the lineup 2 days later. He's also been Jerry Gold this year with 19 points in his first 35 games.
Festivus is back! I'll get the pole out of the crawl space.
True story. If you walk in our sports office,
Yeah.
there is probably a greater chance you're going to see Seinfeld on TV than sports. I just got to come clean. It's
Now
the
you're
truth.
giving away the secrets there. That was fun. Corey, thank you. Still ahead, an early Christmas present that's not fitting under the tree. See the big gift ending a months-long search. A New Jersey man is cashing in an early Christmas gift. The winner of a $1.1 billion lottery jackpot from back in March finally claimed his prize. There's still a chance for others to have a Christmas miracle. The Mega Millions jackpot has grown to more than $900 million. That drawing happens tomorrow. So, Gary, if you're still at work in a couple of days, I'll know that you didn't win it.
I never buy it.
Yeah?
Like I told you,
Yeah.
because I got to go to the middle of nowhere to buy a lottery ticket.
That tends to
I'm
be
not
how
doing
it
that.
often
We're not
works.
winning it at Deerberg's. You know what I mean? Like, we're not.
You
Not
never
with
know.
that attitude.
No,
Yeah.
I'm with, you know what we're going to win? Like $3, and then we're all going to split, a Coke. That's our Festivus miracle. That's but what we can do is enjoy the next 7 days, because we've not only got some nice holidays coming up, but I think some nice dry periods and warm periods as we head to the weekend. We even have showers and thunderstorms back in the 50s and 60s. And don't worry, I know if you're looking for snow or cold air, we're going to look to like the second or third of the month. We'll ring in 2025 with Arctic air, but for now it's warm.
It ain't happening right now.
Right now.
I'll bring you a Coke tomorrow.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Thanks for joining us. Have a good night.